Currently, in the UK, there are no nationwide subsidies or grants for electric vehicles. The OLEV plug-in grants on cars ended in 2022. There's currently only grants available to flat owners, landlords or businesses towards charger installations. Even the plug-in van and HGV grants end in April. Obviously, such schemes cost the government, and therefore us, a lot of money. But are these grants needed? Contrary to what the press report, EV sales continue to rise and have done every year since they were first introduced about 15 years ago. But with so much negativity, lies and misinformation in the media to keep people burning oil, a bit of encouragement can only help. The ZEV mandates are trying to do this by forcing strict targets on the manufacturers, but then people need to buy the EVs to make the mandates work for them. Stopping that misinformation in the media would help. Supposedly the government is looking into low interest or even interest-free loans to help consumers purchase EVs. This is something the Scottish government have been offering for some years now, but I see that this has now stopped too. But I have another idea which is easy to implement, and it could encourage new car sales and would help manufacturers achieve their ZEV targets. This is to make VAT on new zero emission vehicles zero rated. So that is scrap VAT on new EVs, which effectively makes them 20% cheaper. 0 on 0 could be the strapline. But wait, is that going to cost the government a fortune? Well, not as much as it first sounds, and here's why. Let me explain how VAT on new cars works. Every new car price includes 20% VAT. Let's take an example here using a mid-range Ford Puma, which is Britain's best-selling car in 2024. New, this car cost £30,400, of which £5,057 is VAT. But the vast majority of new cars are financed, where the customer just pays monthly and doesn't actually own the car. The finance company, being a business, claims the VAT back, so no tax is actually collected by the government at this stage. Then, after 3 years typically, the car is handed back and the finance company sells the car through a trade auction. The car is then sold as a VAT qualifying vehicle and the price includes VAT. But that car is now 3 years old and worth about half the price, so the amount of tax the government finally collects from that car is around £2,500. It's only when a new car is purchased privately does the government collect the VAT on it. According to the Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders, only 38% of new car sales in 2024 were private sales. So how much would scrapping VAT on new EVs actually cost the government? The zero VAT rate would only be on new vehicles. Used vehicles will still be treated the same as they currently are, so all used ex-lease VAT qualifying vehicles will still have 20% VAT collected at point of sale. So 62% of new sales will result in the same value of VAT collection because these are finance and business purchases. It will only be the private sales which will see the reduction, which is currently 38% of the new vehicle sales. Looking at the 2024 UK sales figures, 381,970 electric vehicles were sold. 38.2% of these were private sales. So assuming the average sale price was around £40,000, that equates to about £972 million of VAT revenue. But is that too costly? Maybe, it sounds a lot. Maybe a 10% or 5% VAT rate on new EVs would be just as effective and obviously less costly. EVs have a reputation of being expensive. Of course they were initially, but then all cars have increased in price since you probably last looked at the new car prices. Even a Ford Puma, the Fiesta replacement, can now cost up to £37,000, and this is Ford's cheapest model in the UK. But many new EVs are now on price parity with their combustion engine equivalents. The best sellers, the Tesla Model Y and the Tesla Model 3, are much better value than the petrol or diesel equivalents from other brands. And now there's cheap new EVs like the Dacia Spring and the Citroën C3. But what if the VAT was scrapped on new electric vehicles and they were all 20% cheaper? Would that persuade you to buy an electric car over a petrol or diesel? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, if you found this video interesting, please do click the thumbs up button, that really does help. Also subscribe to the channel if you're not, and maybe have a browse at the 960 plus other videos on the channel. Okie doke, I'll see you on the next one.